Hey there, Four States. This is Luke Taylor, and welcome to another edition of the KNEO Community Connection right here on 91.7 FM. And especially for those of you in the Neosho area, we would like to introduce you today to our new Chief of Police here for the city of Neosho. His name is Peter Russel, and he started in October of this year. And so, Peter Russel, hey, thank you for being with us today on the phone, and welcome to the area.
Thank you very much. It's actually good to be back home.
Yeah, I was thinking I think I'd seen that in the press release that you had been here in the past.
Yes, that's right. My career started here in 2000 with the Neosho Police Department, and I was here till about 2011.
Okay, yeah, and in the meantime, you were somewhere down south, weren't you?
Afterwards, yeah, after 2011, when I separated, I went to New Orleans to go obtain my law degree and practice law for a little bit down there in New Orleans, and then the profession of law, the profession itself does not agree with me. And I saw another law enforcement career again, this time, though, in New Hampshire, working for the New Hampshire Police Standards and Training. And it's kind of like Post here in Missouri, but with a lot more teeth, where we supervised all the police departments. We trained every single one of your police officers for the whole state, and also did investigations for misconduct, and for misconduct, but also we audited other agencies to make sure that they're in compliance with our post standards. And while I was there, I supervised the training division, and every single officer that went through the academy there. Well,
so Louisiana and then up in New Hampshire, so those are very different places, I'm sure. And then Neosho, since you spent so much time here, I mean, this is an area that you know well.
Yeah, it is. And for me, it's actually home. Even though I went back down to Louisiana where I grew up as a child, Louisiana wasn't really home because I spent my time in foster care moving around. Neosho was the first place where I actually grew up, and learned values of what it meant to be an adult, for me to be a man, and those values that I used in caring for the rest of my life.
Yeah. Oh, that's great to hear. So, how has it been here? And now in this new role as the chief of police for Neosho, how have the first, I guess it's about 2 months now. How's that gone?
Fantastic. Like I said, it's good to be home. Neosho is a fantastic community at Newton County, the four-state area. It's very unique. It's very beautiful here. The people here are very beautiful. And coming back to that, it's been very nice and very surreal. The Neosho Police Department has several challenges, some things that we have to get back to doing for best practices, things whether it be policy updates or personnel allocations, because we never truly recovered from the layoffs that happened back in 2008 or 2010, excuse me. And there's some other like training best practices, but also like adopting some of the changes that came after 2020. With everything that we learned during the, trying to remember the incident that happened up there up north, but all the police reforms that we had, things that dealt with use of force, with transparency, with accountability for law enforcement, that I want to help to bring here so that our department's more open and more accessible to our citizens, and provide a better quality and better level of service to our citizens, to improve the overall quality of life. My goal here is to help make Neosho a great place not only to live and work, but a safe one as well, and one that's responsive to our citizens, because after all, we all serve our citizens here.
And if you just tuned in, we're speaking with our new chief of police right now. His name's Peter Russel, and he's telling us about since he's taken over there at the department, and a few of the things that some new initiatives they're trying to do. And one of those new initiatives as well is trying to get recruitment up. And what is it that you want everybody to know if they're considering, a law enforcement in their own future?
Well, law enforcement career it's not like what it used to be when I first came up. It's a true career, and many of us here have the values what it takes to be a police officer. And in the past, how law enforcement was, how we treated training or how we treated the job itself was more like a job rather than like a profession. One not unlike a school teacher or a doctor or a nurse or even a lawyer. There are very specific skill sets and knowledge that you have to have, and that we help with for people to obtain to have the job, but also the values have to line up with the job as well. And now law enforcement is something that can be a truly rewarding experience for lifelong, for a career, 25 or 30, some people even 30 years. or 20 years if you prefer to do 20. And we now have opportunities that we never had before in the past, where they came to doing different types of work within the career of law enforcement, where it's doing the routine stuff that people might think of with traffic stops or answering calls for services, or assisting with juvenile calls or juveniles who are in distress or families, helping people obtain better or access to other resources for providing food for the home, funds for a home, or counselors for the home. Mental health now as well is another aspect of law enforcement that we really didn't have before, that we're able to help people get resources or direct people to resources for to become more holistic in the approach that we have. And if people are considering to do a law enforcement job, this is a great time to get in, because really the world's your oyster here. And what kind of career you want to have, you can make for yourself. That there's a home for everybody here, because ultimately law enforcement should, and in this case we do, reflect the community that we serve and the needs that we have here. And so if they're thinking about it, I would love to see and talk to people who might be interested in becoming police officers. We do help people pay for their academy, or we do pay for the academy in order to become a police officer. So if that's a bar for them to do that, that's something that the police departments want to do for the right candidates, and we'd love to come and talk to you about that. Or if you're already a police officer, we do laterals for people with experience to come over to our agency, and we're willing to pay them up to the Patrolman 3 level, depending on experience, from the first day that they walk through our doors.
Yeah, and so if people are interested in that, do they just contact the police department, or is there a particular person to talk to, or is that you?
You can go straight to our website. You can apply with the City of Neosho's, on the City of Neosho's website, for a police officer position. And then we'll be calling you pretty quickly thereafter to set you up for testing and interviews.
Okay, awesome. Well, so we've been speaking today with Peter Russel, new Chief of Police for Neosho Police Department. And yeah, if anyone out there's listening, if law enforcement sounds like something that you might be interested in, maybe you just really care about Neosho, you want to see it be a great place for people to raise their families and have a safe community, and want to be a part of making that happen, you can contact Neosho Police Department and see what you can do to be a part of it. And so, hey, Peter Russel, thank you so much for your time today, and we look forward to chatting with you and getting to know you more in the future.
Thank you, Luke, and I look forward to talking to you more in the future as well. Thank you.